The next spear whipped through the air and landed at my feet. Terror sent me jumping. I spun around and came face to face with what? Rochelle answered my question with a low startled cry. He's a human. It was as though two worlds had collided, ours and a time before history. The human creature defied description, clad in a weird mixed jeans and vines, bearded, barefooted, but with an intelligence that clearly shone in his eyes. Is he a caveman? Glenn whispered. No way, Rochelle said. You heard what Trent told us about Australia separating from Antarctica, she reminded him. I think he must be from some ancient tribe. A lost tribe? Glenn breathed. Could be, I agreed. Like if pockets of Antarctic trees could survive, why not some of the prehistoric people? The warrior took a closer step. He was staring at us, trying to decide whether we were enemies or not. He called out to us in a language I'd never heard before. I hesitated. I had no idea what he said. All I could think of doing was hold out my hand. Hello, I greeted him. If we shook hands, that would mean we were friends, right? I made my smile bitter. How are you? The man took one look at my hand and jumped back. He must think you're going to attack him, Rochelle speculated. I gave the stranger a huge smile but kept my hand by my side. Hello, I am Ching Cheng. These are my friends Rochelle and Glenn. When the lost tribe said nothing, I went on. What's your name? He remained quiet, watching us warily. Then I had an idea. I turned to Rochelle and shook her hand. Then I turned to Glenn and shook his. See? It's good to shake hands with people, I explained. I held out my hand again. This time he took it. His hand was enormously powerful. He shook my hand like he was strangling a snake. He grunted something at us. Glenn lifted his shoulder. We can't understand what you're saying, he told the stranger. Can you understand us? The tribesman fixed Glenn with a baffled look. He too lifted his shoulders, mimicking what Glenn had done. Hey, how about that? I said. He understands how to say he doesn't understand us. Rochelle gave the tribesman one of her cute smiles. Can you help us? She asked. We are lost. We do not know where we are. The man stepped back, bewildered. How do you tell a caveman you are lost? Glenn wondered out loud. Then he snapped his fingers. Watch this. He began trying to mime being lost. He lifted a hand above his eyes, strained his neck forward, and stared off into the rainforest. Then he turned and repeated the same action, this time staring off in a different direction. Then he shrugged, once, twice, 3 times. Help, help, he called. He lifted his shoulders, trying to look really confused. The prehistoric man burst out laughing. He must think Glenn was clowning around, Rochelle moaned. Now, what are we going to do? It was a great question. What a shame I did not have any answers. We were lost in the middle of the rainforest with a tribesman who had been lost here since ancient times. Then a scary thought entered my head, a thought so terrifying, so sickening that I could barely speak out loud. Hey guys, I whispered to my friend. He looks really happy to see us. You don't think he's a cannibal, do you?